In this video, I will be discussing how we're minimizing the Fedora Rawhide Docker base image. My name is Courtney, and I was working on this with Yakov Selkowitz. So part one is, how is the current minimal Fedora Rawhide image built? So we use the official Fedora Kickstart file here. I'm going to put a link to this below, and I'm going to be talking about the contents of this file later. There's no standard way to build a Docker-based image, but I build my images using ImageFactory. If you're interested, you can use DNF install ImageFactory. So part two, what can we do to fix the current image? What's going on? So first of all, there's a lot of weak dependencies being pulled in. If we have, minimal image, we don't want to pull in these weak dependencies. The Python 3 package is too big and DNF is pulling in. There's got to be something we can do about it. Shared MIME info is a hard, in other words, required dependency for glib2, and it doesn't need to be. C++ bindings are included in GMP, but they are not needed. Again, this is like a strong dependency that should be a weak dependency. The other thing is systemd is required by DNF, which is a problem. Systemd is very large. So part 3, analyzing the standard Fedora Rawhide Docker base image. So Fedora Rawhide, as you know, has nightly changes. So the version of Fedora Rawhide used in this video may not be the same if you choose to analyze the image yourself. For this step, the Kickstart file uses the official Kickstart file that I mentioned before. And again, I'm going to put this as a link at the bottom of the video so that you guys can look at it and play around with it if you'd like. So I want to look at the actual contents of the file real quick. So let's look at the packages section. So in this default Kickstart file, documentation is excluded. The only language installed is English, and we do not include core. Another thing I'd like to point out is that we have DNF here. It's very large. It pulls in the entire Python 3 package. But another note, the kernel is not installed, which is good. We don't want a kernel installed in the base image. So again, this video assumes that you know how to build an image with ImageFactory. You can see the video description below for a tutorial on how to build an image with ImageFactory. So the results. The standard image size is 212.4 megabytes. The biggest problems we see are systemd, DNF, and Python 3. Weak dependencies are a problem as well, but that's a relatively easy fix. So part 4, analyzing the new minimal Fedora Rawhide Docker base image. So there's a new option in Rawhide to exclude weak dependencies. It's called exclude weak deps. So this line is added to the packages section in our Kickstart file. Since we are building a minimal base image, we don't want weak dependencies installed. We leave that up to the user when they download our image. We also want to create our own custom repo for minimizing packages like DNF. So when we do this, we have an original size of 212.4 megabytes. When we remove all the weak dependencies, the image goes down to 200 megabytes. This is a difference of about 12.5 megabytes. If we remove systemd and we do our custom repo install, we get 173.9 megabytes. Now, as you mentioned, this whole custom repo, this is basically removing, not removing, but I guess changing the strong dependencies on some of these files to weak dependencies. Also creating a system Python and also modifying the Python 3 so that we're not pulling in all these extra Python modules that we don't need. So that's exactly what the systemd and the custom repo involves. So the new image size is significantly smaller than the original size. So again, you remove systemd as the dependency for DNF, we removed weak dependencies, we created a system Python in place of the Python 3 package, and we changed a few strong dependencies to weak dependencies. So part 5, for the future, there's some future minimization work that we have to do. For starters, we have the cryptographic libraries we'd like to look at. We're pulling in several different crypto stacks, so we need to find a way to consolidate the dependencies for at least that set of packages. So that's about it for the minimization work so far. This is a continuing effort, and we hope to continue with this a little further and post some more videos. Thanks.